Hello and welcome to the Medical Sales Podcast, and I am your host, Samuel. In this podcast, I interview top medical sales reps and leading medical sales executives across the entire country. And it doesn't matter what medical sales industry, from medical device to pharmaceutical to genetic testing to diagnostic lab, you name it. You will learn how to either break into the industry, be a top 5% performer within your role in sales, or climb the corporate ladder. Welcome to the Medical Sales Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Medical Sales Podcast. I am your host, Samuel. And today we have Courtney Turich in part 2 of her experience as a sales coach and sales serial entrepreneur. And we are about to dive deep into her experience on Shark Tank with Mark Cuban, in which she was successful. But I am not going to spoil it for you. I'm going to let her describe it and share it and everything she learned coming out of that experience and what it led her to. And it's a phenomenal story. So as always, thank you for listening to the Medical Sales Podcast. And I really do hope you enjoy this interview.
No wonder I'm not fulfilled. I'm not using my strengths.
Wow. So, okay, Courtney, I did not see this.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's all have some context here. Because I think when people see Shark Tank, well, I'll just speak for myself. When I see Shark Tank and I see these people close these deals, I'm like, okay. Of course, I understand that business has its ups and downs and things need to be worked out. But for the most part, I'm thinking, well, if you got Mark Cuban on your side, success is inevitable. You're now entered a whole new realm of life. You're going to be having this amazing company selling all this product. It's a wrap. Put some context on that. Give us, if you can, share a little bit more detail around what really happened. You're getting backed by this billionaire. I would think money is just plentiful, but what really happens? Give us a little bit more.
Mark Cuban's amazing. Like, he's unbelievable when it comes to supporting entrepreneurs. I can't say enough positive things about that man. He really, he puts a whole support team. He pays for that support team that you have access to 24/7. So you have accounting, you have a business manager who helps you find deals, you have marketing assistants. And again, they're getting pulled in many ways from various companies, but they're there to help you be successful. Right. So he absolutely helped us at different levels. I mean, we were on what are they? The sales channels on TV. I'm drawing a blank.
Yes. I know. I think we all are, but I know exactly what you're talking about. So I got it. Yes.
So I got my stardom going there and got to be on TV selling monkey mats, which was fun. It just, me and my business partner came to a point where we didn't know how to keep growing. And did we want to grow it to that next level? There's like that pivotal moment of, okay, are we going to go out and get more funding? Because yes, they gave us funding, and you have to pay all that back.
Oh, so even though you provided an initial round of funding, they're not going to continuously give you funding.
They can. We never went back for funding because, again, we were at that crossroad with it.
Okay. And the crossroad is sell it and make somewhat of a profit, or get another round of funding and let's hope that we can take this to the next level.
And really, yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay, so you hit this crossroad. Mm-hmm. You realized that you weren't utilizing your strengths. Talk to us a little bit about that. What strengths weren't being utilized? Why weren't you being fulfilled?
So the business became very operational at the end of the day. We were sitting behind computers. We were working. We were getting our inventory from China. We had a warehouse that was shipping, receiving. We were working with our customers who are big box customers. When I say big box, like the Targets, the Walmarts of the world. So it became very logistical. I'm not a logistical person. Like, it is not something that makes me shine. I'm a person, when I look at my strengths, they fall more in the influencing category. So I want to be out and about. I want to be talking to people. I want to be providing positive insight, all of that. And I wasn't getting it anymore.
So you made the decision to hang it up or sell it. I'm sorry. Share with us what you can. What was that like?
Oh gosh. Samuel, God, it might make me tear up because it's a really hard thing when as an entrepreneur, you put your heart and soul into it, right? And if for a little bit for me, it felt like failure at the time. And it took me a long time to vocalize that I needed to leave, that I needed to walk away, and it was no longer serving me. It was no longer serving me, and it definitely wasn't serving my family anymore. It was a journey. It didn't happen overnight. And I remember talking to someone, another Shark Tank entrepreneur who closed her business down a few months before I decided to leave. And I talked to her, and for the first time ever on the phone with her, I said, I need to leave, and I'm scared of failure. And I felt like I was failing.
Wow, wow, wow. That is quite an experience, and that's when we come to that place where we think we're failing. The funny thing is, in the grand scheme of things, it's probably a boon to more success. We cannot see that. We just can't see it. But
Spot
no,
on, Samuel.
I can understand that completely. Okay, so you make the decision. You finally decide to close it. You sell your shares, and then what happens next? Where do you take your career after that?
Yes. So I go work for a startup with my old mentor. And interesting enough, our CEO at the company I went to was who managed me back when I was at Stryker Navigation way back when. It's just that the world is so small, right? When we get down to it. So I went to work for a startup called Baron Medical.
Okay.
And little did I know that's when this came to the surface for me more than ever about honing in on your strengths and really knowing how to let yourself thrive. So we hired a lot of young people within Baron, and that was my opportunity to take those individuals under my wings and basically help them develop and shine. And that's when I realized there was this fuel inside of me that every time they had that aha moment, I got even more excited than they probably did. I'm like, yes. Yeah, so it was COVID, and everybody kept coming to me, Courtney, you really need to look at this a little more. You have a gift. And that's when I started getting my coaching certification with that extra time to really hone in on that skill.
That is awesome. So wow. That's why you went to become a coach and learn the skills that you were able to exercise today. Okay, so you got your coaching license. You're ready to go. Again, what happened next?
Oh gosh, just keeps evolving. Like evolve your success.
Hey,
Back
come
to
on.
you,
It's the only way
Samuel.
to do it. It's the only way to do it.
May I also mention I went to the same coaching program as you did, IPEC.
Okay. IPEC. It's an amazing program.
It was very thorough. So, Baron, I'm still at Baron during the pandemic, and, we're all this team has the best synergy ever that I've ever been a part of. And honestly, I think this experience was better for me at Baron than it was even being on Shark Tank, because the camaraderie and the teamwork that we all had built, we were all working for this common goal. And the common goal was to help patients with lung cancer, and to sell this company.
Wow.
Okay, so it's December of 2020, and guess what happens?
What happens?
We sell the company, right? Like we're all excited. And then lo and behold, it was like, oh, shoot, what just happened?
Wow.
And as exciting as it was, we achieved our goal, but our life changed because now we're part of this bigger organization that also didn't really meet a lot of our expectations. They didn't meet our expectations. We all just, we worked in a different way, and it was change.
Sure. So you wanted to, again, going back to that fulfillment, it kind of adjusted, and you needed to say, you know what, I need to reevaluate what's actually going to fulfill me. So let me see what else I need to do. Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. You are a bit of a successful serial entrepreneur, Courtney. This is
I love it. I don't know if my husband does. He thinks I'm crazy, but he stays by my side.
No, I mean, look at your track record, and that's impressive stuff that you've been able to be a part of, and really be a creator of. So that's beautiful, and it's wonderful to see. And now, as we talked about earlier, you've taken all these experiences and you've transformed it into this coaching practice that is helping people experience their own transformations.
Absolutely. And I think it's fair to mention after the Baron, after we got bought out by Baron, I did go to another company,
Okay.
which was really imperative to where I am today,
Okay.
because I was only there 3 months.
Oh wow. And can you share what made you want to do something different after 3 months?
Yeah, it was another hard decision for me because when I commit to something, I fully commit.
Right.
And I made myself stick it out for 3 months, but after 30 days, I knew it didn't align
Got it.
with
Got it.
my own vision of myself
Got it.
and where I wanted to be. And that's when I had to make the hard decision to walk away. And that's what really brought me to kick off my coaching, my
Ah.
course, and to do a few other things in the
What's the
industry.
name? What's the name of your course?
My course is the MedRep. It's MedRep Coach, and the course is the Professional Development Academy.
The Professional Development Academy. The Professional Development Academy. So this is actually great, and I'm so glad we're talking about this. You said that you made a decision to join an organization, and then within 30 days you knew. What do people need to, if you can share, because I'm sure going through your program, they learn a lot about this. But if you can share just quickly, what can people walk away with from this episode that they need to make sure they ask themselves so that they can prevent something like that happening to them?
Ooh, that is a good one. I thought I did a lot of due diligence on my end to really understand what I was walking into. And I don't believe I dug enough into the core of the company.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so it's as simple as
Um,
that. Just more research into.
I think I say that in reality, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I did have to experience it to be like, Courtney, you're not giving your all here and they're not getting what they deserve. Like it was this two-way street. Like it's not fair for them to have me right now because
Right.
it's not
Right.
doing me any good either.
And you know what? That's actually an even a great point to make, because by you diving deeper into what fulfills you, you'll know that in the process of research, right? And if you're
For
teaching
sure.
people how to do the same thing, they'll all know and learn that in the process of research, so that whenever they make a commitment to any organization or decide on any organization, they know it's the right fit.
For sure. It is okay. And I think now more than ever, people can find other people within the company on LinkedIn, make phone calls,
Right.
and
Sure.
more than likely, everybody's willing to pick up the phone,
Right. 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 Right.
you
You
know?
can get a lot
So
about a culture from having those conversations. No, that's very true. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so let's talk about this. I want to know what advice you have for the different types of people that are listening to this episode today. We have people that want to get into the industry that are listening. We have people that are in the industry that are listening, and then we have people that are leading the way within this industry. What would you like to share with those that want to get in?
with those that want to get in, a few things, because it's very easy to get frustrated and want to walk away because getting your foot in the door can be really hard. But again, there's so many avenues also to utilize your network and to reach out to other people within the space and make yourself known.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you have your course that you're doing that really helps outline and define for them, Evolve for Success, for them to start making that impact to get into the industry. For me, I really help those individuals know how to sell themselves and know who they are at the core to be able to articulate themselves confidently in that interview process.
Yeah.
That is really where I feel like my niche is with those individuals. There was one guy I recently placed, and he didn't have B2B. He wasn't right out of college. He had a clinical background, and watching him navigate his own process, he showed more drive than most B2B reps or B2B people reps that I've worked with
Mm-hmm.
to find and network with people in the industry. And I'm like, okay, if this isn't an example that he is fully capable of being and having the job that he got, I mean, it was amazing. Like it really opened my eyes.
Yeah. No, when people dig deep, it is true. When they dig deep and they really evaluate what they've been able to do, there's so many connections to make on experiences that don't have anything to do with having a B2B sales role or even having a sales role that still showcase that you do very well within a sales role. So that's excellent. Okay. What advice do you have for those that are currently within the industry?
With those in the industry, this also has been interesting for me because a lot of the people in my course have been in the industry a few years, like 1 to 5 years. And they're
Okay.
at that level where they're trying to take their career to the next level.
Yep.
They're really trying to hone in on their own craft and understand how to take it to the next level. So again, I can't stress it enough. I'm a huge believer in understanding who you are at your core, because if you can do that, you can go sell yourself to anyone.
Excellent. And then being the serial entrepreneur you are, having a relationship with Mark Cuban, who I'm envious of you for that. What would you share with the leaders of this industry?
With the leaders of this industry is, just keep putting yourself out there and making your employees, the people that you manage, feel that you're not afraid to also be there getting your elbows greasy too with them, and also making them feel important, making them feel like a person. We're all people at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And if my manager can make me feel that I'm human and it's okay at times, but push me to be a better person, that's all I'm asking for.
That's beautiful. Fantastic. Courtney, thank you so much for spending time with us today. We will definitely keep tabs on everything you're up to. And everybody heard it, right? You heard it. The Med Rep Coach. Make sure you check her out. Courtney, where can people find you? What's the website that people can find you and look into your program?
They can find me at MedRep Coach. And I also have another website kicking off in the next month called the Turich Project, where it's a place for women to empower women in the industry and share their voices.
Oh, fantastic. So we will have those websites on the show notes. Make sure you check it out. And Courtney, thank you for the time you gave us today.
Thank you so much, Samuel. Keep doing what you're doing.
Definitely. Definitely. And that was part 2 with Courtney Turich on the Medical Sales Podcast. I really like this episode because, Courtney shows the experience of someone that has an entrepreneurial dream and will not stop exploring options until they actually find what speaks to it the most. It's not every day that someone can say they were on Shark Tank and had an experience with Mark Cuban. But to go through that, experience success, experience some setbacks, get reevaluation involved, and really settle on where you want to be and what truly moves you, and then to start another business in that space and be successful again. That's a beautiful story, and that's a story that Courtney was able to share with us. Some of you might be listening to this program and you've heard of what Courtney experienced. You heard of the kind of people she works with medical sales reps, and you're thinking to yourself, I want to do something about it myself. I want to dive deeper and I want to get into this field. Maybe you're in B2B sales. Maybe you're in a customer service role. Maybe you work in a clinic on an ancillary role, and you seeing these reps and you're saying, I want to be in that position. What do I need to do to become a medical device sales rep or a pharmaceutical sales rep or a biotech sales rep or a lab diagnostic sales rep? What do I need to do to make that kind of dream happen for me? Well, what I want you to do about it is I want you to stop dreaming and start doing, and go to evolveyoursuccess.com and follow the prompts. Again, that is evolveyoursuccess.com. The dream is there. You've had it. You've been thinking about it. You might have heard a number of my episodes or someone else's episodes, and you still haven't pressed go, or you're still not clear on what you should do to press go. Let's stop that right now. Go to evolveyoursuccess.com and follow the prompts, attain medical sales role, and fill out the application and get in touch with someone that can help you. And maybe you're listening and you're in the medical sales field and you want to show up differently. You want this year to really be your golden year. I mean, every year should be your golden year, but you want to learn what it takes to make this year be your golden year. Again,
Stop wondering about it. Stop guessing about it. Go to evolveyoursuccess.com and select improve sales. And select improve sales performance. As always, we do our best to bring you guests that are going to bring you different insights into the industry, different experiences, different passions, all sorts of different things that you can learn from. And so I thank you for listening to this episode. Make sure you tune in next week for another episode of the Medical Sales Podcast.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And remember, I have a couple programs that show you exactly how to break into the medical sales industry, become a top-performing medical sales professional, and also how to masterfully navigate your career to executive-level leadership. Check out these programs and learn more at evolveyoursuccess.com. Stay tuned for more awesome content with amazing interviews.